everyone, and welcome so much to the back room. I know that some of you have been here before. Some of you, this is going to be your first time here. So I know that you're going to have a great time tonight. By the end of the program, you'll feel like you know all of these four authors like they're your new best friends. For those who don't know, I'm Karen Dion. Hank Philippi Ryan and I co-founded the back room as a way for authors and readers to connect directly. And I am the internationally best-selling author of two novels of psychological suspense, The Marsh King's Daughter and The Wicked Sister. And I have a little bit of news that I just have to share for The Marsh King's Daughter. So this was just announced last week. The film deal is in the works. Daisy Ridley, who's from Star Wars, is going to be the lead in my movie, and the director for the Divergent movie is in charge of it. And yeah, filming is supposed to start this summer. So yay! It's such a rare thing. Such a rare thing. I'm super excited. Thank you all. So tonight we're talking about cozy mysteries, right? So I'm going to introduce our guest tonight. First, we have Valerie Burns. Valerie Burns loves dogs, coffee, and cozy mysteries. She is the author of 3 mystery series, the R.J. Franklin Mysteries, Mystery Bookshop Mystery Series, and the Dog Club Mysteries. Ellen Byron, who also writes as Maria DeRico, is an Agatha and Lefty award-winning mystery writer and a non-award-winning sitcom writer. I like that. But she considers her most impressive credit working as a cater waiter for Martha Stewart, serving stuffed snow peas to the Tri-States 1%ers. Agatha award-winning author Daryl Wood Gerber writes the nationally best-selling Cookbook Nook Mysteries and the Fairy Garden Mysteries. As Avery Ames, she wrote the popular Cheese Shop Mysteries. In addition, Daryl writes the Aspen Adams novels of suspense, as well as standalone suspense. Wall Street Journal and USA Today bestseller Abby L. Vandiver, who also writes as Abby Collette, has penned more than 25 novels and short stories. She enjoys teaching writing classes and is always thinking of new stories to tell. Her next book, A Game of Cones, is due out in March, which is like tomorrow, right? So very, very soon. And I just want to add, I'm so impressed when I read your bios, because it's like all of you are so prolific. You write multiple series and many books. And so this is something, that perhaps in the breakout room, folks will want to ask you about. How are you able to write so many books? Now, though, we're going to take a few minutes to play a game of 20-ish questions. And I have the questions right here on our special backroom question cards. See, it's all very official. Great. I'm going to go around in a circle for how I see you on my screen. So, Abby, you get to be first.
Okay.
All right. Here's your question. What book made you want to be a writer?
I knew I'd get that question. Well, I don't really have a book. I spent so many years in college and so many years as a lawyer that I read those kind of textbooks. So I don't know. I don't have a book that made me want to be one. But after I started writing and reading, I just found lots of books. Agatha Christie made me want to do cozy mystery. So that's why I write those.
Thanks. Yeah. Valerie, when do you feel most creative?
I think I'm more of a 10 to 2 kind of person. I am not that I'm going to get up before the crack of dawn and write, girl. And by 8, 9 o'clock, I'm ready for bed. So 10 to 2 is my peak time.
And that's my dead time. Ellen, which author would you most like to have coffee with?
It's a toss-up between Emily Bronte and Charles Dickens. I think Emily, I get the feeling she might have been on the spectrum and she wasn't too communicative, but I'd love to pick Charles Dickens' brain, because I think he's just a master storyteller. Oh, and then there's Agatha Christie. I literally would have to take a time tunnel to have coffee with the people. I'd like to have a drink with F. Scott Fitzgerald, but I'm not sure that's a great idea.
Yeah,
probably wouldn't be.
It sounds great. Daryl, What was the title of the first thing you ever wrote?
The Giraffe with the Long Neck. And my mother kept it in the baby book. She did not keep my first attempt at writing a Nancy Drew mystery. So obviously it wasn't very good, but The Giraffe with the Long Neck was very good.
I think that's awesome. And all, do you remember how old you were?
I was 7.
Yeah, that's great. Now we're around to you again, Abby. Name a book that you can read over and over again.
I think that would be Little Fires Everywhere by Celeste Ng. I love that book.
I haven't read it yet. Has anyone else read it yet?
I saw that series.
Okay, gonna have to get busy.
She just talks about family life in Shaker Heights, which is just about a mile and a half up the road from me, but still it holds your interest. It's amazing. I love it.
Nice. Valerie, what fictional place would you love to live in?
Ooh, fictional place. I'm gonna go with St. Mary Mead in England, and me and Miss Marple are gonna have tea and scones, and I would be good.
Sounds awesome. Ellen, do you read your reviews?
Only if someone points them out to me. I try to stay away because I'm that person who would like see 10 reviews and the one that is 1 star would make me very upset. Although someone did send me a review today. A reader felt compelled to send me a review that was half good and half not so good. So I was like, that kind of made my day.
Yeah. Daryl, what's the most adventurous thing you've ever done?
I've jumped out of a perfectly good airplane.
All right.
I also hitchhiked around Ireland by myself when I was in college. And that was maybe also the stupidest thing I ever did. But it's a good story and I survived.
Very nice. Very nice. This is an easy one, Abby. Do you write on paper or with a keyboard?
I do both. I always have a notebook. My son says it looks like the Diary of a Mad Woman because I scribble up the side and across it. But I'm not a plotter, so it's just random notes. And then I feel like I should type whatever I'm thinking about because it's a waste of time for me to put it on paper and then to transcribe it. So I do both.
Good system.
Yeah.
Valerie, do you have any hidden talents?
If they're hidden, they are very well hidden because I don't know what they are. I think maybe just I love dogs, even though mine are very noisy right now. But I guess maybe just animals, and they seem to be a theme in my book. So I guess my love of dogs.
Yeah. What kind of dog are we hearing in the background there?
Oh, that would be my puppy. That's a poodle, Chloe. She has learned that when I get on a conference call, if she barks, I throw treats at her to get her to shut up. She's had 2 since this started.
That's great. Okay. That's hilarious.
Yeah, that is. All right, Ellen, your turn. What is one skill that you would love to master?
I never went on point as a dancer. And to this day, it's my great regret. So if I would love, even if it's only for a brief period of time, to put on point shoes and dance on point.
Nice.
Yeah.
And Daryl, name one of the authors you admire most.
You.
Oh.
No, I mean that from the bottom of my heart. I read your first book out there and I fell in love with your writing. And I was just devastated when you decided to take a little break. And when you came back with The Marsh King's Daughter, I fell in love with your writing all over again. So I admire your persistence and your way with the word.
Well, gosh, that was not a fishing kind of question.
No, it wasn't.
Thank you, Daryl.
Hard, but truthfully, that's from the heart.
Thank you. Daryl's been a good friend for a lot of years, so that's wonderful to hear. Okay, so now we're done with the questions part. Each author has come prepared with a book that they want to recommend to us. So Abby, we'll start with you. What book do you think that everybody should be reading?
I read The Stillwater Girls. I was in the hospital and I didn't want to go to sleep. I was nervous about things. And I thought, I need to find a good book. And I thought, but that's going to be impossible. And I don't know how I picked this one up, but I didn't need to worry about staying up on my own. It kept me up because I couldn't wait to turn to the next page. Very good book. So pick it up if you like suspense and mystery. It's a good book.
Fantastic. I love the backstory for it as well.
Mhm.
Yeah. Valerie, how about you? What book are you recommending?
I'm recommending Murder in G Major by Alexia Gordon. I usually don't read paranormal because I'm a little bit of a wimp, but this was so very well done. And the ghosts are interesting and funny, and just being able to escape to the Irish countryside was something that I really, really needed in my life with being home for over a year. So I highly recommend the series.
That's wonderful. And I just want to interject here. So Tom is putting these recommendations in chat, and then you can see them on your screen as well so that you can refer to them later. Ellen?
Mine is an odd little one. A friend of mine gave me this. It's called Nancy Drew's Guide to Life. And if you see, it's adorable because it's got this little placeholder that's a magnifying glass. And it's really fun because every so often, if I need a little zest, I'll turn to a page because it has like the delicate art of etiquette, or let's see, what does this say? Wilderness tips. And it's just fun and light and sometimes occasionally inspirational.
Nice. That's very cute. I love it. And Daryl, what book are you recommending that everyone should read?
Don't have a copy of it because it is on my Kindle, but South of the Buttonwood Tree by Heather Weber. It is a delicious, magical rebirth story, and it's set in the South, and she just has such a wonderful voice. But it is definitely, it's not paranormal. That's not really what it is. But the Buttonwood Tree drops buttons of things that people should hopefully gain in their life, and so it gives them guidance. And there are some wonderful secrets that are revealed during it. It's romantic. It swept me away. I had such a wonderful time reading it.
It sounds fascinating. It really does. So yes, I want to put in a little plug here. You know, we've got these authors, of course, that have written books, and they'll tell you about their latest books when you visit with them in the breakout rooms. And then we've got these book recommendations. So Hank and I very, very strongly feel that if you're in a position to buy books, please, please, please buy them from independent bookstores, because independent bookstore owners are such a huge support of authors. There would be no book industry. They're the link between authors and readers. They're key to the whole thing. And of course, because of the shutdowns, they've had a really tough year. So if you can buy books, you know, bypass the giants. You might pay $1 or $2 more, but it's going to help somebody who really loves books. So yeah, that's our little plug for the night. Wasn't that fun? We hope that you enjoyed this taste of what a backroom event is like. The best part comes immediately after, when the audience is divided into breakout rooms and the authors visit each room in turn. We'd love to show you what a breakout session is like, because these relaxed face-to-face conversations are the hallmark of our backroom events. But breakout sessions are never recorded. What's said in the backroom stays in the backroom.